Hello everybody, this is Einar from the Unity Center Web TV. Today we have a Soluntra King here. She's really from New Zealand, but she's traveling all over the world all the time. So I don't know if New Zealand is your real home now or the world is your home. And she's also, I looked at her home site, she's been writing loads of books. So I think many of you already heard about her. One thing, very important thing is coming up now is, we say again,
the solstice.
Solstice, sommersolverv. This one coming up now is really important. The big changes in the energy field is going on or something. And maybe you can explain a bit more about that.
Well, blessings everyone. And first of all, I'll just explain what the solstice is. We have the solstice twice a year. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is when the sun is the highest in the sky, so of course you have the longest day. Now, metaphysically, what's actually happening at this time of the solstice is that we have lots of divine beings that work through our sun and through our central sun and our greater central sun, and they are illuminating us with amazing energies and light codes. Now, in this particular year, 2015, we're having a huge shift in energy. Most of you were probably aware of the shift in December the 21st, 2012 at that solstice. And of course we actually shifted through our galactic plane as our galaxy and all the suns aligned. Now most people who are not vibrating at the sixth dimension probably didn't even notice anything that happened. But it did happen at that time at the level of the sixth dimension. Now, to understand dimensions, the sixth dimension is when we're resonating at very high frequencies, like at a Christ level or a Buddhic level. We are on the third dimension here at the moment, where we learn a lot of lessons. But we're transiting fourth dimensional, which is where the fairies and the divas and the elves and all those beautiful beings operate from. We're moving more fifth dimensional, and this is where we actually connect to our inner self and our inner wisdom, and we become the guide of ourself, or the angel or the master of ourself. But at the sixth dimension, we're getting very unified. So we're very much becoming the master of ourselves, and we're here of selfless service. So at that level, we had the great shift in 2012 and December 21st solstice. Now, most of humanity was not ready for that shift at that time. But it's a huge cycle that's happening, and cycles don't stop. It's like day and night. You can't stop them. So now at this year, 2015, even at the very beginning of this year, on the 1st of January, we had a huge influx of energy, the Christ energy that came through. And there was a lot of beautiful beings on this planet who are very aware of that, and we're connecting to that energy to assist humanity and anchoring that energy through what we call the diamond-like matrix and through the golden solar discs. I'll explain about them in a minute, but at this solstice, what's actually happening is that as we meditate and we connect to ourselves more fully and we unify ourselves, we're aware of ourselves as we are as beautiful beings in the councils of light. And all of us on this planet are actually part of the councils of light. And as we heal ourselves, love ourselves more, we actually become aware of those parts of our aspects, our higher dimensional aspects. And at this level of ourselves, we're working through, down and grounding this energy right through into the earth plane and through the grids of the earth. Now, this particular solstice, which is happening on the 21st of December in your part of the world at 6:37 p.m. At GMT it's 4:37 p.m. And my part of the world it's 4 a.m. in the morning on the 22nd. The Earth's crust, which moves all the time, is actually, there's a tilt in the Earth, and that energy is actually adjusting and moving into position for alignment of the star patterning for a higher dimensional planet. And this means that our Earth is becoming into the higher dimensions. Now this is happening within us, and it's also happening with our Earth, it's happening with our solar system, it's happening with our stars, it's happening through all worlds and dimensions in actual fact. So just also as well, we have the Andromedan galaxy, which is actually a galaxy that is aligning and merging with our galaxy. Now, as that is happening as well, the Andromedan galaxy is actually connected in unified energy, a unified matrix of light. And so as that's merging with our galaxy, it means that our embodiment of our multidimensional selves is happening into our third dimensional body. And when we move through the great galactic plane on the 21st of December 2012, and all the suns aligned, that also happened within us, because what happens above happens below, and it happens within us because we are not separate from anything in the cosmos. It is all within us. So at that time, we actually now have the connection to the center of our galaxy, right through the center of our heart, and that is the doorway through into the new earth. Because when we go into the stillness within our heart, we go deeper and deeper into that still place. And there's a doorway there, a crossover point that actually takes us through into the new creation, through the void. And in the stillness in the void, all is manifest. So just like at the beginning of creation, there was just the stillness in the void, and then eventually a sound came out from that, and then eventually we had creation. Well, this is happening again now because we are all moving into alignment with the galactic center and moving through it, through the doorway of our heart. Now, as this is happening and has happened, it's filtering down into the lower dimensions so that we can become more consciously aware of this, and we actually embody it in all the cells of our body. So in the nucleus of the cells of our body, we have an intelligence, and that is awakening more to our divine essence. We are opening up to our multidimensional self. And now we are even connecting to not only 7 rays of the rainbow, but 13 rays of the rainbow, which are higher vibrational colours that are coming through into our RNA and our DNA, which is awakening the light codes within us. And as we have had this great shift in 2012 in December, what actually happened was that we opened up more fully to our higher dimensional self. And we also opened up to the higher dimensional solar system and to the higher dimensional stars. Now at this solstice that we're having in a few days, or in tomorrow or the next day, what's actually happening is that the earth is now prepared for that alignment of those higher dimensional stars through the higher dimensional solar system, which is coming through us and actually anchoring through into the earth plane. Now the stars are very important, and the ancients understood this because in the last golden cycle we had the golden solar discs, and the golden solar discs are beautiful discs of gold that hold incredible codings of light in them, and they hold the codings for the living library of light at the level of the central sun. Now what this means is that that energy of light is actually creating creation as we understand it at this level of creation where we are occupying here in our normal everyday life. So those golden solar discs are actually holding these codings of light in this library of light. Now those discs, when we went from a golden cycle down and we went into density, and we actually came into the darkest stage of all, which we're in now. And so we lost our connection. But now we are coming back into the golden age again. And so we are awakening to that connection within us. So we're actually awakening to the golden solar discs. And I've been working with those for many years on this planet, since 1981 in actual fact, when I was activated by one up in the Himalayas, when I was up there. Now, these have been activated around the planet for a long time now, and they're placed all around the planet. They actually align the Earth right through the inner Earth sun, and through the sun in our sky, the second sun, the central sun, the greater central sun. So these golden solar discs had to go into the higher dimensions when we went into density, and we came into duality and into the illusion and separation consciousness, which is what we are all coming out of now. And the only way we can get out of this illusion is to come from our hearts and to learn that whatever our problems are, we just need to do some deep breathing into them and love and accept and surrender and embrace whatever our problems are, whatever our pain is, whatever our fear is. And as we connect and we love and accept, we're coming from the source or the God within us. And so we unify ourselves more fully. And so those golden solar discs are starting to awaken more fully around the planet, because we now are unifying inside ourselves and we're starting to come from love. And so as they activate and awaken around the planet, they're connected to a solar grid, which was activated in 1997. And before that time, humanity was not ready to be able to hold the higher frequencies of light. So we now have what we call a solar grid that's connecting all the golden solar discs around the planet. Now this is raising the consciousness of humanity, and it's bringing us into our multidimensional selves. It's connecting us more into our heart. Now in the ancient times, we not only connected through the golden solar disc, so everything was in peace when we were in the last golden cycle, but we also had all the stars in our solar system and our galaxy that were also aligned to different places around the earth. And the ancient ones built the pyramids, the standing stones, the stone circles, and so those star energies were aligned through those stars, through those stones, through those stone circles, through those pyramids. That created a beautiful harmonious energy. And so we were in total contact with our divine self within, and also connected to our higher dimensional selves through the stars. We also were able to travel through the stars, and everything was aligned in harmony with the earth, and through the earth into the inner earth sun, where the golden solar disc was connected. Now the inner earth sun is very important, and this is the sun, the heart of our mother. And we're all learning now how important the earth is. We are not separate from the earth. And the earth too has a heart, just like we have a heart. And in the earth's heart is a beautiful sun, the inner earth sun. And this has been activating more and more in recent times as the consciousness has been raising in humanity. So the heart of our mother is becoming more and more radiant. And what is actually happening is that our earth is becoming a sun. And we too are becoming the sun of our true self, our solar self, our divine essence. So we are becoming a beautiful divine being that we truly are. And we were never separate from that. We were never separate from the source or our divinity. But when we went into the denser cycles, we lost our connection and we forgot. And now we're remembering. So all these activations and things that are happening are actually awakening the light codes and the DNA strands of light within us to remember, because it's all there within us already. But all we're doing is now remembering who we truly are. So at this particular solstice, what is happening is that these beautiful higher dimensional stars from the higher dimensional solar system are actually coming through, and coming through us as the beautiful channels and the vessels, and through the golden solar disc within us, and through the golden solar discs around the planet, and through the solar grid. And what that's actually doing is raising the consciousness, and it's raising it very fast now. And you might be aware that people aren't able to hold on to all their negative stuff anymore. Everyone's getting a big shake-up. It's like everything is becoming transparent, whether it's about the CEOs, the banksters, the politicians, the pollution, whatever's going on this planet. Everyone is becoming aware of it, and people are deciding that they don't want to live in a place where there's so much fear, so much greed, so much hatred, and so much destruction. So as we come from love within ourselves, we are moving into oneness. So in that love that we have from our hearts, we are actually transforming this earth. We are transforming the pollution. We are raising our consciousness so we can actually love the bankster, the politician, the dark lord, the polluter, the ones that are chopping down the forests. It's all part of us. So now we're learning not to judge them and not to think that it's bad, but to actually realize it's part of us, and to go inside ourselves and to love that within ourselves. And when we love that within us, then those beings that are doing that on the outside world will no longer have any power, not because we're trying to get them to stop, or we're judging them, or we're demonstrating against them, because now we are one with them and we move beyond that lower astral plane. So we move out of that fear, because there's only love and fear. So we're choosing love, so we move right out of that world and we open up to the new earth, because we are all here as Creator God Goddesses, creating heaven on earth. So this is all happening to us now, and right at the solstice, it's just so important that this energy is coming through. Now also at this time, we also have what we call the diamonds in the great diamond-like matrix on this planet. And the diamonds have been placed on this planet in the first cycle by the Surians, who are very wise beings that we have a very long story with and we're very connected to on this earth. And they are the ones that brought in sacred geometry, and they are the ones that came into this planet at different times, bringing in very sacred and very wise information to assist us as we are on this planet to raise our consciousness. And those diamonds have been getting activated around the planet. And what those diamonds represent are our multidimensional self, because a diamond holds beautiful facets of light, unlimited facets of light. And so now our consciousness is ready to open up to that beautiful diamond consciousness. And the diamond is also within us, as we're not separate from that beautiful unlimited facets of light that we are. So we move through those unlimited facets of light as we open up to our multidimensional self. So those great diamonds that are all around the planet have been activated, and they're linked in what we call a diamond-like matrix. Now this connects us all into another grid, the diamond-like matrix grid, which is where we open up to our multidimensional selves. So now with the solstice that's happening, we have the beautiful energies coming through from the councils of light, from ourselves as the divine beings we are in our more unified self, because we are not separate. When we came out of the source, we came through the white hole and we came into creation. And from that point, we became founder gods, creating whole universes. Then we decided we wanted to experience our creation even more fully. So we went further into density, and we went into being Creator God Goddesses, creating in certain worlds. Then after a while, that got a bit boring. Mind you, as a Creator God Goddess, we were like sitting on a cloud, and right before us, whole worlds were being born, going through aeons of time of creation, then supernovaing. And literally that was as ourselves as a Creator God Goddess, literally in a blink of an eye. But eventually that gets a bit boring too, and we want to go into our creation even more. So then we decided we would go into density even further. So we became beautiful beings in the councils of light, and we were overseeing certain worlds. And as a being in the councils of light, we are literally putting in beautiful coatings of light at the solstices, at the equinoxes, and also when there's different star alignments and planetary alignments. So when those things happen in the heavens, it creates harmony here on the earth, and it means that that higher energy can come through into us, because even though we might not be aware of it, we're actually resonating in more harmony, because our bodies are actually aligned through the stars. We are made up of starlight. All of the minerals and parts of us are actually right through all of our universe and through all of our stars. We're not separate from any of it. So then as a beautiful being in the councils of light, we then chose to even go into separation even more, and we became like beautiful beings in the light ships, working in liquid light plasma. So then we were zapping around in liquid light plasma, and we were anchoring the energies in the lower worlds. And so those of us that were there at that level were also here in the ground crew, so we're connected and anchoring that energy through us. Then eventually that got a bit boring, and we wanted to go to our creation even more. So then we actually became guides of the humans, angels and masters, looking out for the humans, and we were fifth dimensional, looking out for the humans on the third dimension. But now, as we unify and we realize that the only solution to our pain, to our fear, to our duality issues, is to love ourselves, we start to awaken to the fact that we are the guide of ourselves. So nothing is outside of us anymore. It is all within us. So now at this solstice, it's so important if we can just connect. And on my website, evenstarcreations.com, you can read about all this and also about the solstice if you want to take part in this. So whether you consciously want to take part in this or not, all this is happening for all of us. So I greet you all in the love of the One and the blessings that we're here for as we all open up to the new earth where we all live in harmony and peace with all other beings, with all the animals, with all the plants, with all the creatures, as we are here as creator God goddesses creating heaven on earth. So namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.